Chapter 40. He could transform into 72 different forms and was to become the divine immortal of purity and decency. In the belly of the ermine, he heard everything the four generals had said. As the ermine flew toward West Qi, he grabbed its heart and squeezed. The beast fell from the sky with a shrill cry. Yang Jian swelled his body until the ermine split in two. He then jumped out. He returned to Jiang Ziya's mansion later that night and asked to be admitted. Jiang Ziya was still discussing with Ne Jia how to deal with the Mo brothers when a guard announced his arrival. Jiang Ziya gasped in astonishment, "How can a dead man return to life?" He sent Ne Jia to investigate. Ne Jia met Yang Jian at the gate. "Brother Yang, you were killed, but how can you come back here? Though we both have magic powers, we're able to do different things, that's why. Hurry. Let me in. I've got something important to tell our uncle." When Yang Jian entered the hall, Jiang Ziya asked in surprise, "You were killed on the battlefield early this morning. How can you return again? You must possess the art of restoring yourself to life. I was in the belly of the ermine. I heard Mo Lisho telling it to come to the city and devour you and King Wu. But I killed the beast on the way, and I've returned here to report the matter." Yang Jian answered, "With highly talented men like you, what have we to fear?" Jiang Ziya said happily, "I must return to the Shang camp." Yang Jian said, "But how will you get back, brother?" Ne Jia asked. "Don't worry. I've mastered the art of transforming myself into anything I please, a hill, a stream, gold, silver, copper, or iron. I can transform myself into any living creature, bird, phoenix, dragon, lion, or tiger. I can effect the transformation in the twinkling of an eye." Yang Jian answered, "Show us one or two of your transformations," Jiang Ziya requested. Yang Jian gave his body a shake and turned into the spotted ermine. He pranced around the floor, filling Ne Jia with delight. Yang Jian was about to leave when Jiang Ziya stopped him. "Wait a minute, Yang Jian. Don't be in such a hurry. As you've got the skill, why don't you steal the weapons from the Mo brothers?" Yang Jian immediately flew out of the city, entered the Shang camp, and landed on the canopy of the Mo brothers' tent. Mo Lisho saw it and took it in his hands. He looked at it closely, but was disappointed to find no sign of its having devoured anybody. Late that night, the Mo generals drunkenly entered their tent and collapsed into bed. They were soon asleep and snoring like thunder. Yang Jian saw his opportunity. He jumped out of the bag and tried to get hold of the weapons hanging on the tent frame. As he grabbed the universe-muddling umbrella, he knocked the other two weapons onto the floor. The noise roused the four generals, but in their drunken stupor, they assumed the weapons had fallen because their hooks were loose. They carelessly picked them up and hooked them back onto the tent frame, then fell back into sleep. Yang Jian flew to West Qi City and gave the umbrella to Jiang Ziya. Ne Jia and his brothers came forward to inspect it as Yang Jian returned to the Shang camp. He crawled back into Mo Lisho's leopard skin bag. Early the next morning, the Mo brothers rose at the drum signal, and each went to collect his weapon. When Mo Lihong found his umbrella missing, he cried out in fright and called in his generals to question them. How could a spy have got in? The camps are so strictly guarded that even a speck of dust could not get in unnoticed. The generals replied, "That is the weapon I have relied on to achieve great victories." Mo Lihong shouted, "What can I do now without it?" The four brothers were greatly disheartened by the loss and were in no mood to give any challenges that day. Meanwhile, in the Purple Sun Cave on Mount Green Peak, Virtue of the Pure Void felt a rush of blood to the heart. He ordered Golden Haze Lad, "Tell your fellow disciple to come and see me at once." Obeying his orders, Golden Haze Lad brought in Huang Tianhua. When he entered the cave, Huang Tianhua knelt down before the green touring bed on which the immortal was sitting. "Master, what are your orders? You'd better get ready to leave. Go to West Qi, and serve King Wu with your father and brothers. But first come with me." Following his master to the peach garden, Huang Tianhua was given 2 hammers as his weapons. Under the immortal's guidance, he soon learned to wield them with amazing skill and dexterity. "I'll give you my jade unicorn and my fire dragon javelin. However, don't ever forget your Taoist origins and what I've taught you." His master warned him solemnly. "How could I dare?" Huang Tianhua answered unhesitatingly. He bade farewell to his master and left the cave on the jade unicorn. At a gentle pat on the horn, the unicorn immediately rose and traveled swiftly on the clouds and wind. He arrived in West Qi in a moment. Huang Tianhua dismounted, asked the Gataman to report his arrival to Jiang Ziya, and was ushered in. He bowed to Jiang Ziya. "Uncle, on my master's orders, I'm here to place myself at your service." Jiang Ziya was about to ask where he came from when Huang Feihu said, "He is a disciple of virtue of the pure void and my eldest son, Huang Tianhua." Jiang Ziya was greatly pleased. "General, how lucky you are to have a son that studies the way with an immortal." He congratulated Huang Feihu. When he got to his father's home, Tianhua drank happily with his family. He ate only vegetables when he was on Mount Green Peak, but now he feasted on meat. He fixed his hair in 2 coils, put on a hat, and wore golden armor over a scarlet robe and a jade belt. The next morning, he went to see Jiang Ziya. Jiang Ziya was surprised to see him dressed as a prince. "Huang Tianhua, you're a Taoist. Why do you ignore this and change your clothing? Though I'm prime minister, I never forget Mount Kunlui and still dress as a Taoist. At least tie this silk cord around your waist." Huang Tianhua obediently took the silk cord and tied it up as a belt. "As I came for the Mo brothers, I have to dress as a general. I could never forget my Taoist background. You must be very careful. They're highly skilled in witchcraft." Jiang Ziya warned him. "My master gave me clear instructions about how to take care of them. I don't fear them at all." With Jiang Ziya's approval, Huang Tianhua mounted his jade unicorn and rode out of the city, hammers in hand. Galloping to the gates of the Sheng camp, he gave a challenge. If you want to learn the outcome of that encounter, please read the next chapter.